Dear guests, welcome to the President's Dinner of the 2024 Board of Governors meeting. My name is Wayne Kaplan. I'm the Vice President for External Relations and Resource Development, and I'm honored to welcome you all here this evening. It's a delight to see so many friends from abroad and here in Israel. This year's Board of Governors is taking place in the shadow of the Swords of Iron War and anti-Semitic attacks around the world. Instead of the planned centennial celebrations, the Technion is grieving the loss of loved ones and coping with the continued absence of many students, staff, and faculty members who are serving in the IDF reserves. Nevertheless, the Technion continues with its mission to educate the next generation of engineers, scientists, architects, physicians who will make the world a better place. We are grateful for the ongoing support of friends like you and appreciate the extra efforts you have made to join us under the current conditions and to participate in this Solidarity Board. To open this year's Board of Governors meeting events, I invite Professor Uri Sivan, President of the Technion, to address us.
Good evening, everybody. It is really a moving moment. As Wayne was saying, this was supposed to be our centennial celebrations, but then came October 7th, and it was clear that this is not the time to celebrate, yet it is the time to be together. So the theme of this meeting, very special Board of Governors meeting, would be solidarity. Solidarity with Israelis, solidarity with our 3,500 reservists, solidarity with the many families, all part of the Technion family who lost family members on October 7th and in the war that followed. Solidarity with the abducted people still held in Gaza, among them also members of the Technion family. I know that, traveling to Israel at this time is probably not the most natural thing to do. But I can't tell you how important it is for us to host you here today. How important is your partnership, your support, your empathy is to each and every one of us in these pretty difficult times here in the state of Israel, of course also at the Technion. So I really thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here with us. And we will not celebrate, but in a sense we will. We will celebrate the friendship, we will celebrate the sympathy, we will celebrate being together. So good evening to everybody here. We also have, I have to say, two very special guests, the two awardees of the Harvey Prize, a very prestigious prize. Peter Cullis, who is sitting over there, and his spouse, and Drew Weissman, who is sitting over there, and his spouse. We are very grateful for both of you for making it to this ceremony. So I wish us all a pleasant evening and very fruitful, very friendly next few days. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Uri. I'd like to now invite Mr. Scott Lee Master, Chairman of the International Board of Governors, to address us. Scott, if you would.
Thank you, Wayne, and good evening, everyone. As I look across the room, I see a number of faces that I remember seeing 10 years ago when we were celebrating Amos's 90th birthday. It was quite an event. It was in the courtyard behind the mechanical engineering building. There was just a parade of who's who in Israel politics, business, academia around the world, who paid tribute to Amos and his fantastic leadership over the years. And the most impressive moment to me, which I shared 3 months later with the dinner party at our house, Susie and I hosted a group of young ATS leaders, and our guest of honor that evening was Amos. He sat down at our dining room table, and we had a great conversation with this group. And I was sharing with them the events of that evening, the parade of celebrities paying tribute, and the most amazing part of the evening was when Amos responded to the tributes. And many other people in that situation can never resist the temptation to add just 1 or 2 more tidbits about themselves that you may not know, just to make sure you know how wonderful they are. Amos didn't do that. He does not have to do that. He talked about his life, and that in every role he played in his life, he had basically the same philosophy. He said, I looked at the problem, I saw the solution to the problem, meaning to start at this goal. I need to start here, but I can't get there because I can't see it. I can't see the pathway. I don't know all the steps to get there. So I took this first step, and I can have a little better perspective, and I'll take a second step, and I will learn a little more opportunities, more challenges. And eventually I'll take a few more steps, and I'll turn around, and I'll have a different perspective. I will see more opportunities, more challenges. I will reevaluate, pick the goal, and take the first step toward that goal. And that was, and I turned to him. I said, after I recited this in front of this group, and I said, Amos, he said, you were listening, which was one of the highlights of my all-time hero album, which I have. It's a moment I'll never forget, and it's a privilege for me to wish him Mazel Tov on his birthday and a happy and healthy year ahead, because I know he has much more to do yet, and I look forward to hearing what those things are. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Scott. I'd now like to invite Mr. Yonah Yav, the mayor of the city of Haifa, to say hello.
Good evening. I was elected 2 months ago, and I'm the youngest mayor ever. I'm 80 years of age. But I'm so happy to be here tonight and to learn and understand how deeply your love is to us, to Israel, because we are in very difficult situation at the moment. And who is running a city, knows it perfectly well. I want you also to take the time and to wander around, because this is the only city in the world which is exercising full peace between Jews and Arabs more than 100 years. And we are succeeding to do it. Don't ask me. Don't ask me the reason why it works here. But it works here. It doesn't work, unfortunately, in the rest of the country. The very fact that in this difficult period of time, which is very dodgy to us, you came here from all over and you are supporting us, it's unbelievable. Thank you so much. You can come and not only visit here, you can live here. I promised you the first year, free of tax.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I should warn you that that was recorded, and I'm sure quite a few people will take you up on that. So for the continuation this evening, as we mentioned earlier, Amos Horev is celebrating his 100th birthday this month. 100 years. And if you haven't figured it out, that's why this balloon is floating right over his head. Amos served as commander in the Palmach before the founding of the state, and was later an Israeli Defense Forces Major General a nuclear scientist, the president of the Technion, chairman of Rafael, and he served as the Technion Israel CEO for many years. His contributions to the state of Israel and to the Technion are simply enormous. Amos is also a mensch and a dear friend to all of us here, and we're delighted to be able to celebrate his 100th year birthday together this evening.
עמוס נשיא וידידי היקר, מזל טוב מקרב לב. 1924 כנראה הייתה שנה מאוד מיוחדת. השנה שבה אתה נולדת, והשנה שבה הטכניון פתח את שעריו. מאז חלפו 100 שנים שבהם ההיסטוריה שלך, ההיסטוריה של הטכניון, ההיסטוריה של מדינת ישראל וההיסטוריה של העם היהודי, היו שזורות זו בזו באופן הדוק. אתה יודע, קבוצת הנשיאים, נשיאי הטכניון, היא בסך הכל קבוצה מאוד מצומצמת. אבל גם בקבוצה מצומצמת יש איזשהו אב קדמון, אחד שממנו מתחילה הספירה. ובשבילי, הספירה באמת מתחילה איתך.
Amos, it is a special privilege for me to be able to wish you Mazel Tov on your centennial year. You are a personal hero to me and to many other people. You are their hero as well. The leadership lessons that you have taught to me and to others have been a special gift to our lives. No matter what our responsibilities, your philosophy has guided us. Amos, Mazel Tov on your special birthday, and I wish you health and happiness in the year ahead.
עמוס היקר לי, אני שמח מאוד על ההזדמנות שניתנה לי לברך אותך ליום ההולדת ה100. עבורי אתה איש מופת, מנהיג ואחד מהטובים שבהם. אני רוצה לסיים ולאחל לך, עמוס, מקרב לב, אושר ובריאות עד 120.
עמוס, היית בכל הצמתים החשובים ביותר בחיי המדינה, מימיך בהגנה, הפלמ"ח, צה"ל, רפאל והטכניון. בכל אחת מתחנות חייך הטבעת חותם בל יימחה. פורץ הדרך לירושלים, מר טכנולוגיה בצה"ל, מר רפאל, ועברנו כאן, מר הטכניון. עבור משפחת הטכניון, אהבתך לטכניון עומדת מעל לכל. עמוס, אנו מאחלים לך עוד שנים רבות של בריאות ונחת מהנכדים, מהנינים, שנים של מסיקי זיתים מוצלחים ושמן זית משובח, וכן, גם פעילות ספורטיבית, שכן נפש בריאה בגוף בריא.
Amos is one of the generation who without hesitation had dedicated their talents, energies, careers, indeed their whole lives to that single, all-encompassing historical purpose to rebuild Israel in the ancestral home after 2,000 years of exile. Amos and Shoshana's friendship is immensely important to Tzipora and me. It is a great pleasure for me, Amos, to have this opportunity to give you this award and express personally and on behalf of the Technion our thanks, appreciation and love.
יש מעט מאוד אנשים או מוסדות שניתן לומר עליהם שהם מזוהים ממדינה. לא רק ביוגרפית מבחינת תאריכית, אלא גם מבחינת המעשים שלהם. ומהנדירים ביותר האלה במדינת ישראל זה עמוס חורב. הוא הבין שחינוך מהנדסים הוא חשוב ביותר, והוראה היא חשובה ביותר, אבל מחקר מבית וחינוך של מהנדסים למחקר, כדי שכשהם יצאו החוצה לעבוד במפעלים השונים, כולל בתעשייה האווירית וברפאל, הם חייבים גם להביא איתם רוח מחקרית, רוח של חדשנות, רוח של המצאה, שהוא סוד קיומה של מדינת ישראל. עמוס, כל החי.
מה אני אגיד לך? מה אני אגיד לך? אני כל כך גאה שקראת לי חבר שלך ואמרת לי שאני שייך קצת לדור הפלמ"ח. אני כל כך גאה, כל כך חימם לי את הלב. לפני 5 שנים עשינו ראיון בבית הסטודנט והקליטו אותנו, מדברים על החיים, על ההיסטוריה, על הטכניון, על הממשלות, והיה לך סיפור נפלא על המטוטלת שאף פעם לא נתקעת.
אני לא ראיתי מטוטלת תקועה. לכל תופעה יש ריאקציה. היא ככה עובדת. אנחנו נלמד, אנחנו נשתנה, ואני עוד לא ראיתי מטולטלת תקועה.
אז היום אנחנו 5 שנים אחרי זה, ואתה עדיין חד וצלול ובריא. איזה כיף, איזה כיף. מה אני אגיד לך? הלוואי, אני מאחל לך עוד הרבה מאוד שנים, שתמשיך ככה, פשוט ככה, כמו שאתה. ותמשיך להתלהב, ותמשיך לצלצל אליי עם כל מיני רעיונות, שחלקם משוגעים למדי. זה הכיף, עמוס. צריך לחיות את החיים עד הסוף. עד כמה שאפשר. הלוואי על כולנו. עמוס, אני מאוד אוהב אותך.
Amos, our dear friend, Mazel Tov on this incredible milestone. You've been such a staunch advocate for the Technion for so many years, a mentor to my father, Henry. He admired you so very, very much. A close friend to my mother, especially, but also to the entire Taub family. We wish you a very happy birthday, filled with good health, happiness, strength, and love. Happy birthday, Amos.
It's quite a milestone. We've known you for over 50 years and can't think of a nicer person. So have a wonderful birthday and enjoy your family and all your friends.
עמוס יקירי, הרבה ברכות חמות והרבה איחולים ליום הולדתך ה-100 ממני ומציפי. בשבילי תמיד היית המודל לישראלי היפה. אתה היית הנשיא שקלט אותי בטכניון ב-1976, ואני זוכר את מנהיגותך. פיתחת את הטכניון, סיימת את הנשיאות, אבל מעולם לא עזבת את הטכניון.
Congratulations on turning 100 years young. I've known you for over 50 years. During this time, you have taught me and others the meaning of compassion, loyalty, and humility. You've done this not by words alone, but by example. Amos, I wish you a year filled with hope and love.
Hello, Amos. On the occasion of your 100th birthday, Sophie and I want to wish you the best and look forward to being able to see you again.
עמוס חורב היקר, המון מזל טוב ליום הולדתך, מעריכים מאוד את פועלך לטכניון ולמדינת ישראל, שיהיה המון מזל טוב.
לחייך עמוס.
לחייך.
Administrators and staff, friends and supporters of the Technion, the extended Horev family, Amos, our great, great friend. I so much enjoyed meeting you recently, Amos, at the ceremony marking the V-Day at the Chaim Herzog Museum in Latun for the Jewish soldiers in World War II. And I'm especially pleased to add my voice now to the many saluting you at this meaningful moment, celebrating 100 years of great life. Dear Amos, there are few amongst us today with a past as distinguished as yours. Your 100th birthday offers an opportunity for you to reflect on this remarkable path with satisfaction and pride. If there is anything that overshadows the length of your life's journey, it is its spectacular quality and the enormity of your contribution to the State of Israel. Predating the state, you are one of the very first people to be drafted to the Palmach. You took part in the legendary battles that led to the formation of the State of Israel, even fighting alongside my late father, Chaim Herzog. And I was very honored and pleased a few years ago to honor you with the Chaim Herzog Award for lifetime contribution to the State of Israel. From that moment then, in 48, you proceeded to leave your fingerprints all over Israel's developing military and technology industries. And then you became the president of the Technion, where everybody remembers your term as a revolutionary term in office. You combined your great loves, bringing educational excellence to the next generation, while laying the scientific groundwork that is the basis of our security. And indeed, the Technion has blossomed into a stellar institution. The Technion, like you, remains a striking symbol of everything we have built over the past 100 years. From a tiny institution built on the dreams of its founders, it has become a symbol of academic, research and scientific excellence. And it does not escape my attention that as we celebrate 100 years of your life, we celebrate also 100 years of this singular institution, the great Technion. I take this opportunity to salute the Technion and its outstanding leadership. And I thank my good friend, President of the Technion, Professor Uri Sivan, Chairman of the Board of Governors, Mr. Scott Lee Master, and every teacher, administrator, friend, and supporter of the Technion, past and present, who has been part of dreaming and building over these 100 blessed years. Dear Amos, on behalf of the State of Israel, I join so many in saying to you, Toda Rabba and Mazal Tov, and send my very best to you on this joyous moment. Mazal Tov Amos, ומזל טוב לטכניון.
What shall I tell you? I'm surprised. I've done what I had to do all my life. All my life. I'll tell you something. I was chief officer of the Southern Front during the War of Independence, fighting the Egyptians. We won the battle, and I was the commander of the southern part of the country. And Ben-Gurion came to visit Eilat. I lectured about the future defense and economy of Eilat. And Ben-Gurion asked me, he said, Amos, what are your plans? I said, I leave the army. He said, why? I said, because I want to study. And I went up, continued in the process. 2 weeks later, the chief of staff of the Israeli army, Yigal Yadin, calls me and said, Amos, the army decided to send you to study. So where do you want to study? I said, he heard about a school in Cambridge, Massachusetts, MIT. I want to study at MIT. So the army sent me to MIT. And it was after Second World War. And the students were army services. And Shoshana, my dear wife, my late, she wanted to go to Harvard. And she studied education at Harvard. And then we came back home. I went back to the army. I spent an additional 50 years. And in 1973, I was appointed president of Technion, my love. What a wonderful school. Wonderful staff and students. And I fell in love with it. So this was the period of time I still, in a way, part of Technion. The best school, the most important school in Israel. I know what it has done in time. I know what could have happened if there was no Technion. Thanks God there is Technion. And thanks God I can help as much as I can. I'm 100 years old, but I can tell you that I operate the whole like a young man. I love Technion. It's the best. Thanks God. תודה רבה, בריאות טובה, good health, and we'll see you. I intend to continue